Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at for loops that allow us to loop through a list and do something with every single item in that list, or basically ignore the items in the list and just take a specific item in the list and do something with it and so forth. Okay, so what we're going to use for that is going to be the for keyword. Now we have used while loops before, which were loops that also ran a code repeatedly, but now the for loop can be used in many different ways. But in our particular example now, we're going to use for loops to loop through an entire list, which is pretty cool. So depending on how many items we have in the list, that's the amount of iterations, so the amount of repetitive executions of the code inside of that for loop we will get. Okay, so if we look at our list, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 items. So we have the processor, cooling system, RAM, and the graphics card. Now, if we ran a for loop over our list, so we can have a for, you can see that's the keyword that we need to use for that. And then we would usually use just item or shopping item or whatever the elements that are inside of your list are in, then the keyword in, and then the name of the list. So in our case, the name of our list is the shopping list, which is a mutable list of strings. Okay, so now if we want to run something onto every single item inside of that list, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to print out every single item individually. Okay, so here print ln, and I'm going to print the item out. So now let me get rid of this print statement from earlier. So the only print statement that will matter now will be this print statement. Okay, let's run our code, and it says, let me scroll up, has run in the list. Okay, that's from earlier, from our if statement here. So it says processor, cooling system, RAM, graphics card. It ran through every single item in the list and exported it, or like printed it out for us. So think of a for loop as a way to repeat a certain set of instructions a specified number of times or until a particular condition is met. So what we can do now, let's say we want to go through the for loop and print out every single item until we get to the point where we have the RAM. And let me check where the RAM was, just so it's not the last item. Yeah, so I want to only run this loop until I get to the RAM, and then I want to jump out of the loop. How would I do that? Well, I can check if item is equal to RAM, and if that's the case, then I want to break. So there is this keyword break, which allows me to jump out of a particular loop iteration. So let's rerun this and see if that's actually going to work as I say, because then we should not get the graphics card. So you see we get the processor, the cooling system, the RAM, and nothing after that. That's because we have basically ran through the entire for loop until we got to the point which we manually defined, where we say, okay, run all the way up to when you get RAM, and once you have the RAM, break out. Now we could do something else as well. We could also add some more code in here where we say, okay, get rid of the last item in the list. So there is also this method where we go shopping list and then remove, and you can see remove all, remove first, remove last. So let's say I'm just going to remove the last item. And now let's go ahead and print our statement or our list out after the fact as well. And now we should see that first we get the processor, the cooling system, the RAM, and then we print out the list, the shopping list, and we can see the processor is there, the cooling system is there, the RAM is there, but our last item, which was the graphics card, isn't there anymore. So maybe we bought it or we already paid for it or something like that, and we don't want to have it in the list anymore. So that is what you can do with those for loops. You can iterate through every single item of that list and do something with the items. And that's it for this video. So I'd say let's look at for loops a little more in the next video.